I am Terry Wallace Rhombus, private eye detective, noir psychologist, lawyer at large. This video brought to you by Squarespace. Guys, if you need a new website, you can head right over to Squarespace, buy your domain right here, or you can easily transfer it over. You can buy like pretty much anything you want. These are all available. Unbelievable. They have a bunch of new templates for 2018. They're not about a bunch of flashy nonsense. They're about clean, minimalist design so that your content is the centerpiece. And if you want to get nerdier, you can get under the hood with some Git access. That's right, 3 Gits in one sentence. Get out of here. Now, as far as stores go, I found it really easy to set this up. If you're a musician, if you're selling big stuff on the internet, if you're drop shipping, all these things are options here. It works with Stripe, and it integrates with ShipStation to make things really easy for you. Head over to squarespace.com for your free trial, and if you go to squarespace.com/techsyndicate, you'll get 10% off your first purchase. Once you finish your website, be sure to share it on the forum. We'd love to check it out. Let's get down to the business of the business. This week, what do we got to talk about? We got to talk about some Intel stuff and some gaming stuff and some new mods for some old games and some old mods for some new games. Is that possible? And then we also have to talk about global surveillance because it's coming and we should be aware of it. And you can't run, you can't hide. It's just coming. As far as what to do, I don't know. But we can take a look at China first. Well, actually, we're going to take a look at cars and then we're going to travel to China by car. All right, so the car companies they're getting a lot of data because, you know, they're all computerized these days and they've been grabbing tons and tons of data. And a lot of these cars are connected. You know, they've got the LTE or whatever built into the car. They're expecting a lot of users to upgrade, but even if you don't upgrade, they sometimes keep those connections on so they can give data to whoever bids the highest. I mean, they're collecting data on, you know, how you drive, where you drive, what you do. And you're wondering, like, well, why are they going to care how I drive? Is that just going to be for the insurance companies to figure out if I'm driving recklessly or not? No. Think about this. They can use that to say, like, okay, well, you love going to these stores. You always go to these stores over and over again. You always go to this gas station. And then the gas station can be like, okay, well, let's figure out. He goes to this store and he buys this thing. If we have that at the gas station, why don't we just play a little advertisement on his dashboard that says, listen, you're at the gas station. We've got ear condoms, because we know you're into rubbing your ears against weird things. We've got those right inside. Instead, you don't have to go down to the ear condom store anymore because we know you go there because we've been tracking you and we paid a lot of money to your car company. So now we have all this information. So just come right on inside and grab some ear condoms on sale for you, 10% off. You'll run right in there and grab them, won't you? I bet you will. So that's going to start happening in the next few years as cars become more connected. The big security issues are all there. I mean, cars really haven't been hacked as of yet, and they're doing a lot to try to secure them. But I think the reason they haven't been hacked is not because they can't be hacked, even though they got firewalls and stuff. And like the only times you can really hack them now, or just the only times it has happened, is people walking up and actually physically having access to your car. But this is really going to start rolling out as more and more cars hit the market, and this gets all over the place. So look for your car to be hacked. But I would still trust a hacked car more than I would some of the drivers around here. That's for true. So in Xinjiang, China, back in like 2008, 2009, there were lots and lots of riots. So that area, which is like 20 million people, it's about the size of Texas, they were like, you know what? We are going to crack down and really step up the security and the surveillance. So they have taken lots and lots of steps, installed gazillions of cameras. The entirety of China is going to be installing millions, multiple millions, 17, 20 million cameras, whatever. Millions of cameras. So that's in place. They have body scanners all over the place. They have devices that can detect who you are simply from your gait. Like, you know, the way you walk. And if you don't know what a gait is, it's not one of those things you open. I don't know. It's a weird language, this language. So even if you have a hood and a mask on, they can still be like, we recognize that gait. They can track you that way. And now they have made it mandatory. You have to install a tracking app on your smartphone. So you always have this on you. Now, with this, they can track not only where you're going and what you're doing, but they can also track what you're looking at. And there's been a chilling effect about all that. People are afraid to speak to relatives who live in different parts of the world. They're afraid to speak openly and that sort of thing. They're afraid to be able to go to the coffee shop and just speak openly. They don't know who's listening and what's going on. So you get this effect where society just kind of chills and falls in line and doesn't step out of the box. And it's kind of weird. Now this is something that's happened over there. And of course, there's lots of privacy people, especially in Europe, who are going to jump up and be like, no, can't happen. In America, they're probably already being like, oh yeah. And Facebook's just like, they can't wait to get their hands on this. That's Mark Zuckerberg making his protein shakes in the morning. Let's combine that with the car stuff. Now, this is not that far-fetched. If China can figure out who you are by your gait, I wonder if they could figure out who you are by the way you drive your car. I mean, everyone drives a little differently. Everyone grips the steering wheel a little differently. Everyone presses the accelerator and the brake a little differently. I wonder if they could figure out an AI algorithm that could calculate, all right, we're 78% sure that stolen car is this guy. Maybe they could. I'm just thinking maybe. Now also, with all that car stuff, yeah, they could definitely be like, ooh, you're driving 70 in a 30. You naughty boy. Here's your license revoke paperwork stuff. You need to sign it and send it back, and yeah. And then we'll send executioners over to your house or whatever. Is that how they do it now? Send someone from the NRA over with a bazooka to blow your head off. They're all, they've deputized the entire NRA in America now, just in case you didn't know. Anyway, that stuff's coming, and as far as what we can do, we can fight back a little bit, but the people in charge are the ones who are going to push this through, and they're going to push it through because there's a lot of money in it from them, not necessarily from surveilling you. I mean, they don't really care about law enforcement as much as they care about all the money they're going to make selling this data to the corporations. And we're really moving toward a Blade Runner type society where the corporations are the ones who truly have the power. And that's, I guess, why most cyberpunk stuff goes in that direction. They've looked at everything and said, like, the corporations kind of have the power now. They're just pretending not to. So, yeah, we'll get there. And then we can fight the wall Martians or something. I don't know. SpaceX. So they launched their Falcon 9. That was the next launch after the big launch. Doing all kinds of launches. But this one is extremely special, and it means something to you guys out there because it carried a prototype or a test of the new Starlink satellite. I quite like that Starlink name. That's something new that just came out. So they have their mesh network. They're going to put like, that was a 70 or 80 or maybe it's 170, I forget. They're going to put satellites all around the globe, right? And they're going to be low orbit, so the ping is going to be great, similar to what you'd have on your, like your landline connection or your home connection. And they're saying that they're going to be able to bring gigabit internet to the world. We're not going to have to deal with any more bullshit from Comcast. Like, if they can provide gigabit to the world, and I mean, there's ridiculous amounts of bandwidth on these things. Some people are speculating that, all right, maybe it won't do it. Okay, even if it hits 150 to 200 megabits a second, when things get clogged because everyone's watching Netflix, Mark Zuckerberg's making his protein shakes, if everything's clogged up like that, still 200 megabits a second is way faster than what you're going to get with most Comcast connections. It seems like this is so new and so just like fast, the way Elon Musk works. He's just like, yeah, we're putting satellites, we're going to internet everywhere. There's not like a lot of planning, not a lot of announcement. They just announced the name. It kind of slipped out in one of his tweets. He's like, oh yeah, Starlink. He just didn't even like, there's no big formal like, we are Starlink. It just, no, it's Starlink. We're going to cover the globe and gigabit internet, and that's it. They don't even have time to like freak out. I bet they're freaking out now. And if this works, they're really going to be freaking out. Let's go see what game Justin's playing right now. What the hell are you playing?
Nothing. There's no internet connection.
This right here is why I have not really gotten into Kingdom Come yet.
Yeah, I haven't gotten through the tutorial yet, so
we haven't had a lot of time lately, but it's on my list. I've watched some people stream it on Twitch on my other monitor while I'm working on the new Epic Pants website. So
I was slowly changing the values and stuff on things and everything, looking at stuff, being like,
yeah, I was like, can you go through and change the price and the shipping options on every single shirt? And when you do that, you don't only have to change it on every shirt, you have to change it on every size for every shirt. Small, medium, large, extra large, extra large, extra large, extra large, extra large, extra large.
Some people just say 6X.
But that doesn't really put enough emphasis on how much those people need to get to the...
Kingdom Come is coming out with a couple of changes to some of the more controversial things that people were unhappy about with the initial release of Kingdom Come. Mostly the save schnapps, which is...
It's expensive.
It's expensive. You end up being drunk after you drink it and stuff like that, so you can't be like, all right, save before this thing, run into a fight, because then you're like, save before this thing, I'm hammered. So they're changing it now so that there's going to be a different save option. Unfortunately, they're still making it so you can't actually just auto save or do quick saves or anything like that. Well, there might be an auto save, but they're not going to be able to do quick save. They're going to turn it into a save and quit function instead. Which,
you know what?
At least it won't cost you money.
You know what I'll take? I'll take the mod. There's already an unlimited saving mod out there. This is an article here. There's already a Nexus Mods area, but you can get unlimited saving right here. The only thing about unlimited saving, you have to go to the menu to do it, and after you hit 30 saves, you have to like overwrite the old ones. So it'll prompt you like, oh, do you want to overwrite your old saves? Just be like, yes, and keep going.
Still, 30 saves down the road.
There's a different lockpicking. The Perkaholics on there.
Yeah.
I like this. The unintrusive reticle. The reticle was very ugly to me. This weird dot in the middle of the screen, so that gets rid of that.
They're also going to be giving you a potion to respec yourself if you want.
That's interesting, I guess. I think one of the things they did with Kingdom Come is they had a lot of different choices where they were like, okay, we can go for hardcore realism or we can go for fun here when it comes to this mechanism. And most of the time I think they were like, realism.
Yep.
And if you're someone who's really into simulation and you're tired of all the games that have like freaking elves and dragons and all that nonsense, and you want like actual medieval simulation, then this is the game for you. After they work out some of the bugs and stuff, I think this thing also, the helmet vision, that's one other piece of realism that I'm like, well, yeah, I've got this big monitor and I know it's realistic to have this.
Yeah, to have your line of sight be...
Right. But my thing is, like, you made this really pretty world, and I just want to look at it.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy the scenery in games like this. So I'm like, okay. And this is another thing. Volumetric fog makes the game way more atmospheric. And they turned it off, but you can just re-enable it. This is a game I'm looking forward to quite a bit, and it's on early access right now. And I'm going to wait for them to work out a couple more bugs. This is Crytek's Hunt Showdown. Now, if you guys haven't seen this game, the premise is you're in, like, a spooky Louisiana swamp-type area. Lots of voodoo magic going on and weird stuff like that. And there's zombies and weird monsters. You've got a number of teams. And what you're doing is you're trying to find clues so that you can find this evil boss monster. The boss monsters kind of remind me of some of the monsters you were fighting in that latest Resident Evil game. You have to go and kill them. And once you kill them, you banish them and you get like a rune or something. And once you get that rune, you have to escape the map. Now, meanwhile, you're doing this while there's other players there trying to do the exact same thing. So let's say you actually do kill the boss, you can be on your way out of there, trying to get the hell out of this map, and the other players are chasing you, trying to kill you because they want that rune. So sometimes the strategy is to wait outside while someone else kills the boss, and as soon as they leave the building where the boss was, shoot them. So it's... death is permanent. There's no respawning or anything like that. So it kind of has that tense feeling you get when you're playing like PUBG or something like that. You're like, oh shit, if I'm dead, it's over.
That like whole hunting aspect and stuff makes it a little bit more appealing to me than even like a PUBG.
Yeah, and also the guns seem to be a bit more, a bit tougher. They're clunkier.
They look like
the rifle is a single shot.
Turn of the century or something like that.
Right, so you don't have any spray and pray autos and stuff like that that I've seen. I mean, I haven't seen a machine gun or a Gatling gun or anything like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, it looks pretty interesting.
Night Dive Studios put out this thing recently. So back in like 2016, they put out a Kickstarter for their that they were going to redo System Shock, make it all nice and pretty, update it and everything like that. And they ended up getting like $1.3 million in their Kickstart for it because so many people were like super stoked about System Shock. And the problem now became that they had so much money and so much resources available to them that instead of just redoing System Shock, they were now kind of building a completely new game. So they're now on hiatus for a little bit while they're trying to get everything restructured back out again. So System Shock is not going to be going away. It's still going to come out eventually, but they have to go on a little bit of a big hiatus to like restructure everything because they realize that they are now like, they plan to be here and now they're like over here doing something, and they need to figure out how to get back to here to get on track and stuff.
System Shock is really, it was the precursor to games like Thief and Deus Ex especially. And then also BioShock after that was sort of the spiritual successor. But System Shock is still the daddy in my opinion. Now, Deus Ex is the better game, I think, out of all of those. But System Shock, it really invented this new genre where you have to interact with the environment a lot more. You have to think a lot more. It's slower paced. And you can progress and, hack and do that kind of stuff, hack terminals and whatever. And I was really looking forward to this because the original game is so clunky if you're used to modern controls. Like the window that you play is tiny because there's all these like information bars around it.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to replaying the original game. And part 2 doesn't need much more than, you can play it these days, just add a graphics pack and a lighting pack, and it looks decent. But these guys are right across the bridge.
Really?
Yeah, they're at Vancouver.
Oh, we should go help them.
Yeah, we should go bother these guys.
Yeah, we should go bother them.
Would you guys like for us to go over there and interview these guys?
I'm sure they probably want tons of people interviewing right now, and they just went on hiatus. But yeah,
We'll just go over there and knock. We won't even announce ourselves.
No, that's perfect.
What the hell is this going on?
Video games.
God,
they're the reasons why we're killing people.
another brain dead politician
From Kentucky. In light of the recent shooting in Florida and everything like that, this politician has gone on the record saying that, no, this is directly violent video games' faults, and it is just as bad as pornography.
And he pulled out all these scientific studies and charts, correct?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Is that what he did?
He did a lot of research.
Did he?
Yeah. He looked into things. He consulted actual scientists. He looked at his Bible and then decided he was upset.
Shit's not even in the Bible.
Yeah, I know. But this guy,
most people who act this way have never actually read the damn Bible.
Yeah. So he
Never actually read a book, period.
He claimed that that pornography and video games desensitize people into like not even understanding the dignity of human decency anymore or something like that. And so the reason why people are dying in this country at the hands of shooters is because of violent video games and pornography, not because we can't keep our shit in check.
I want to know how being a piece of shit sellout politician desensitizes you. Like, what does that desensitize you to? I would wager that you're half human as well.
People are eating Tide Pods because they're idiot. We better lock them up because people are getting sick. Like, we better lock these up places so that people don't do it, because we want to protect people. People are dying from being shot at. Well, I don't know what we can do there.
I saw those goddamn aurochs that was crossbred with the T-Rex downtown yesterday.
Just walking through Portland.
Luckily, I had my land-air shoulder mount, land-to-land shoulder mount anti-Aurochs T-Rex missile launcher.
Yeah, I can't believe the government's trying to take those away from us and you have to let them run around in the streets like that. All right, so this is just hearsay and stuff, this next article. Reportedly, they leaked the starters for the Pokemon game that's going to be coming out for Switch, even though they haven't confirmed a date or anything like this. Again, this is all, could just be fan art or anything. However, the last time that this happened, they ended up
someone put
leaking
the word
actual,
confidential on the bottom. It's true.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be true. The last time this happened, though, they ended up actually leaking pictures of the final evolutions of all the starters and stuff. So who knows? But I'm excited about Pokemon, so I'm kind of hoping that this is true.
What's this thing?
It's some kind of fire rabbit.
They don't have a name for it? Let's name them. All right, so this one is Leaf Tar.
Leaf Tar.
This is Chorzerblabit.
Chorzerblabit.
And this is Platypoodle.
Platypoodle?
No, it's not Platypoodle. What is that one?
Hydropus.
Hydropus?
Yeah.
Isn't that an ointment? Everybody, bye. See you. No, wait.
No, go to Epic Pants.
Go to the new store. It's the shipping is so inexpensive that we're losing money on it. I'm not joking. But hey,
practically giving it away.
Yep, everything's not free, but you got to pay for it. But it's worth it because it's awesome. This shirt is almost sold out. I maybe should print more, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. I will print more.
Oh, it could be limited then.
Could be. I don't know. I love that shirt, but
Weapons of PC Gaming. It's a good one.
And we also have a new Zweihander shirt coming out in about a week, and it's freaking ridiculously awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, drawn by Mr. Creep with 3 E's. You guys should look him up.
Mr. Creep.
Yep, Mr. Creep. Go check out the Creep Show. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll see you Tuesday or so, something like that.
Whatever. Yeah, around then.
Whenever you guys show back up.
Whatever.
riots in Xinjiang. How was that right? No, Xinjiang. 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 All right. Zhang.
Yeah, John.
All right. Xinjiang. All right. Say it again.